Hi, I'm Ross, and I'd like to share with you how we work with our clients to ensure success, and how this may differ from how you think we actually work.
So what is retained search?
So retained search is essentially it's best practice headhunting. It's a different way to working that you're probably not familiar with, and it's probably what you think we do anyway when you engage us as a recruiter, but it's actually probably different to how most recruiters do work with you. So typically when you work with a recruiter, you will send them a job description, maybe have a call with them and go through what you're looking for. Then the recruiter will go into the market and try and find a candidate for you, and you might repeat that with 4 or 5 different agencies. So you've got 4 or 5 different agencies who are out there in the market trying to find somebody for your requirements, which probably sounds great. You got 4 or 5 times more chance of actually filling the opportunity. However, the reality is very different. There is only a certain candidate pool, and you've now got 4 or 5 recruiters who are actually accessing that candidate pool. Now, if I'm a candidate and I've got 4 or 5 different agencies who are contacting me about what is clearly the same job, I'm going to lose interest, because I'm going to think there's something wrong here. Why do they need 4 or 5 agencies to fill this role? You don't hire 5 accountants to do your tax return. You don't hire 5 estate agents to sell your house. If anything, if you saw a house with 5 for sale signs out the front, you're instantly going to think there's something wrong with that house. Okay, so that's typically kind of how contingent recruitment works. Where retained search is different, you will work in partnership with us on this role. So you won't be working with other agencies, you'll be working purely with us. Now, financial commitment from you that we would receive in a retained search allows us to work in a completely different way to what you're used to. So that financial commitment that we would receive as part of a retained search allows us to have a full briefing meeting with yourself and all the key stakeholders. Now, within this briefing meeting, we will go through the role profile, the person specification, the salary, the benefits, the target geography, the functional and behavioural competencies that are key for this position, to allow us to build up a clear picture of exactly what you're looking for in the marketplace and what experience you're looking for. Now, once we are armed with this information, we will go into the market and we will identify every suitable candidate in the agreed location that we've discussed with yourselves. Once we've identified all the suitable candidates, we will then systematically and professionally approach and speak to every candidate on that list to find out, firstly, their interest, and secondly, their suitability for this position. From this, we will develop a long list of candidates who are potentially interested, that we think could be right for the role. We are then able to put these candidates through the competency assessments that we've agreed with yourself in the briefing meeting, to work out how their skills and their suitability for the role. So we'll build a dossier of information on each candidate that allows them to evidence why they are right for the role. We're able to collect the salary and benefits and any other market intelligence from all the candidates that we speak to, that we can provide to you in our regular update meetings that we'll have along the way from the search. So once we've got the long list and we start to do the competency assessments, then a short list will develop from the strongest candidates depending on their answers, that we can then present to you as the short list of the candidates that we've found. The whole process is transparent. We share all the information with you along the way. Any challenges that we meet, we will work with you on solutions and come up with answers that you're happy with, and then re-steer the search accordingly to ensure that we reach a successful conclusion. Once we present the shortlist, we will then move the candidates through to your interview process. We will manage the candidates through that, and then we'll get down to our preferred candidate, and we will manage the offer and resignation, and then finally the onboarding of that candidate into your organisation. So it's a completely different way of working from the contingent, where there's a job description, can you go and find me a candidate, and we're fighting against 5 other agencies, all working in the active candidate market, trying to find you a candidate. And I think that the real key difference is that word active candidate. When you're working with agencies like that, and there's 4 or 5 agencies working to try and fill a role, you're all targeting the active candidate market. So it's candidates that you know are looking for the role, either know are looking for a role, candidates that may be on a job board, that may be on our database. So you're speaking to all of those people, trying to get the candidates across to you. What a retained search allows you to do is access the passive market. These are the candidates who aren't looking for a job. These are the candidates that get messaged on LinkedIn regularly and ignore those messages because they are sick of people approaching them. They don't realise they're interested in your opportunity because they just say no to everything because they're happy in their job. But actually taking the time to contact and speak to them and sell your opportunity and find out more about them engages their interest. And then when you do get to an offer stage with a candidate, you can make an offer confidently knowing that you're offering the best candidate in the market and not just the best available candidate in the market.
This sounds amazing. So when is this the most effective?
This is the most effective when you're struggling to fill a position for a variety of reasons. Maybe it's a senior hire, maybe it's a critical hire, maybe you need multiple hires, maybe you're moving into a new location, maybe your reputation has taken a bit of a hit and people don't want to come and work for you. There are a number of different reasons when we would say, look, we need to offer this service for you to actually guarantee success. The reality is, if you're serious about filling a role, we can offer this type of service on every position, and most clients, once they start working with us like this, they don't go back to the contingent method because they want to be confident that they're hiring the best possible person in the market.
So this sounds too good to be true, but when would this not be the correct solution?
I think if there's a role that you're confident that you can fill through your current network, or if you know you've got three or four candidates who are available, who are suitable, then you don't need to do a retained search. You can just speak to the candidates and put them forward to the client if they're interested.
So in your opinion, how many recruiters are doing this as well as the SDR group?
It's difficult to know. There are other agencies out there that work on a retained basis. I think an objection that I hear when talking to clients about working with us on a retained basis is, oh, we've tried this in the past before and it didn't work. But when you actually sit down and speak to them about what happened, it's pretty obvious that they were sold a retained service, but really all that happened was the kind of typical recruitment process went on in the background. Where our process is different, we have regular update meetings with you, and we will share the progress of our search in those meetings so that you can see exactly what we're doing, who we're speaking with. We'll talk to you about the challenges that we've faced to ensure the best possible chance of success. So that's kind of how we would differ, I think, from what might be happening.
So how effective is the SDR group at delivering a retained search?
100%. So the industry average fill rate working with a recruiter on a normal recruitment service is 30%. So every time you engage a recruiter on a no-win, no-fee basis, there is a 30% chance of success. Whereas if you work with us on a retained basis, it's 100%.
Which is an incredible statistic.